Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers coming off a bye week versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off a Thursday game, so both teams rested. Look, I like both of these teams. I like both of these offenses. I'm comfortable playing anybody. I'm hoping Davante Adams comes back at this point, which is obviously a play. I don't have a great computer projection on Aaron Rodgers just because the Tampa Bay's defense is good, but I play him. Aaron Jones, I play. I'm absolutely comfortable. You got to lock him in as a starter every week. I like Allen Lazard regardless. I like him even more if Adams is out. And I like Tonyan this week. Oh, Allen Lazard's on IR, isn't he? Valdez-Scantling coming in there, sliding in. I don't love that at all. Valdez-Scantling's broken my heart too many times. So I actually like, if I'm looking at these projections and figuring out it's not Lazard, it's going to be either Valdez-Scantling or Tonyan, I would bet with Tonyan on that more than Valdez-Scantling. Valdez-Scantling should get targets. So daily fantasy, you want to flip a coin, there you go. Tampa, on the other hand, let's see, Tom Brady, if you can do better, then I would, but I don't love the matchup against Green Bay. Like, these defenses are both pretty good. Ronald Jones, I mean, he's getting volume. I guess you can play him. He's not, he's like David Montgomery to me. I'm never excited about playing him, but it's a good week in terms of computer projections. We'll see at wide receiver. I think you can count on Mike Evans getting a touchdown every week. You can't count on him getting a ton of catches and yards every week. It really goes on whether or not Godwin is healthy. Gronkowski, Bray, they're splitting receptions. It's just a lot of spread in this offense, which is very good when you're looking at it against the spread, and you're very good if you're a Tampa Bay fan. But when you're a fantasy football player and you have to make the decisions of Mike Evans, yes or no, I think you green light it. Ronald Jones, yes or no, I think you green light it, but you're nervous about it. You don't feel good about playing Gronk if he's your only option. But, I mean, let me just throw it to you, David. I mean, the Tampa Bay, they're just a ball of confusion for me. At Green Bay, I know what I'm going to get. Tampa Bay, man, they spread the ball around, which is great if you're a fan. Tough if you're a fantasy owner.
It's a headache in Tampa Bay across the board, man. Like, Brady, 1 week he's throwing 5 touchdowns. The next week he's on Thursday night games not doing crap. Running back, who is it? Is it Ronald Jones or Fournette?
I like Fournette better long term, man, but Fournette's got to be on the field. Same with Godwin. I mean, once Godwin's back, things kind of fall into place a little bit more. I'm assuming, was he out with a concussion last week? I know he was doubtful going into the game. I can't remember if it's concussion or hamstring, but he struggled with both. I think
he's had multiple injuries, so I mean, Mike Evans is he's touchdown dependent at this point.
Yep.
Especially, we're talking about Chris Godwin's not even been in the game, and he's been touchdown dependent. Then you throw in Tyler Johnson, who now might be emerging as the number 3. He had a good game this past week, and we know Brady has no problem spreading the ball around if need be. He's going to throw it to the open receiver. So, oh, God, I mean, Chris Godwin, you're stuck with him, but I don't know what to do with him. I have him in a league, and I'm like, do I sell him after he has a good game? Do I ride it out? Because
I think I ride it out personally. Like, if it's Evans, I would sell after a good game. Godwin, I'd ride it out, but his injuries have just been frustrating, right?
To me, I think there's too many mouths to feed in an offense that's not quite good enough to feed them all. So it's hard to find out who's going to be good. One of these guys seems like they're going to dud on a weekly basis, whether it's Fournette, whether it's Jones, whether it's Evans, then whether it's Godwin.
They each take turns kicking you in the crotch, right?
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know if I really want any of them on my team, to be honest. Packers, on the other hand, it's clear as day. Davante Adams, of course you want him. Aaron Jones, I mean, come on, I don't even say anything about that. And then to me, there's only one other guy who's even worth talking about, and it's Robert Tonyan. It's the guy who is, I mean, we need to focus on the scheme here. And I think that's going underlooked, right? Because Matt LaFleur, what does he want to do? He wants to build this team as a run-first offense, hit the play-action plays, and what team has this Green Bay team constantly referenced? San Francisco. We heard it earlier in the year when they drafted Josiah DeGuara. What did they reference? They said they wanted Josiah DeGuara to play the Kyle Juszczyk role. They wanted to be sort of an H-back who blocks, can run out in the flat, do that sort of things. What does that leave Robert Tonyan? All right, we're talking about San Fran offense. If Josiah DeGuara's Kyle Juszczyk, that makes Robert Tonyan George Kittle, my friends. And I know it seems like a bit of a lofty comparison, But Robert Tonyan's not a slouch athletically. This is a guy who runs a 4.63 40. Go look up his player profile. Like, he's top 70 percentile everything. He can jump, he can run, he's fast, he's strong. And then look at the way that Matt LaFleur is scheming him the ball. Play actions in the flat. They're getting him the ball and letting him do damage after the catch. Just like George Kittle. Get him the ball, short passes, let him do the work. So I don't love the matchup this week against Tampa. They've been a great defense. But Robert Tonyan, guys, his value in my mind is about to go through the roof. I would trade Evan Ingram for Robert Tonyan right now, especially after this week. Ingram got into the end zone. I don't have any faith about that Giants offense going forward. Green Bay is on fire, guys.
Yeah, they are.
Aaron Rodgers is an MVP candidate right now.
LaFleur's offense, the way he's calling a game right now. I mean, I was talking about Arthur Smith, where coming in Tennessee, where he came from. Like, he got 1 year in Tennessee to run the offense. This is the first time we've seen him running the offense in his second season, and the progression between last year and this year and the creativity of the offense is very impressive. And about Tonyan, too, look, throw his game against Atlanta with the 3 touchdowns. Throw that out. You think that's a fluke and an outlier. It's not going to happen again. Throw it out. Look at his stats even in the previous 2 weeks anyways. He's got touchdowns in both of the games prior to Atlanta. And yeah, look, I know they have to distribute targets differently with Davante Adams out, but I think he's here to stay. I'm with you.
To who?
Right.
To who? Who are they going to throw the ball to? Robert Tonyan needs to be featured because they don't have any other option.
Yep.
And let me say one more thing, because I've said this a few times before. Let's not forget, Aaron Jones, he needed to be freed before Matt LaFleur came to Green Bay. Who freed Aaron Jones? It was Matt LaFleur who freed Aaron Jones. If he has a playmaker who's making plays, he's going to scheme him the ball. He's not going to throw some shackles on Big Bobby Tonyan. He's going to continue to find ways to get him the ball. So Robert Tonyan is a top 5 tight end to me going forward in redraft. I'm looking to acquire him anywhere and everywhere.
And I'm big, as you know, David, I'm big on quarterback chemistry and quarterback trust and stuff. Throw the ball and make him make plays. Tonyan has come through for Aaron Rodgers when he's needed somebody to come through. That, especially with a guy like Aaron Rodgers and his kind of personality and stuff. We know about it with Allen Lazard last season. Like, when he trusts a guy, he'll elevate him, he'll get him the ball, and he'll find ways to get him the ball. I'm a big buyer, you're a big buyer as well, and he's snuck through because he was on bye week. Now it's too late. I mean, he's locked at this. Well, no, I guess maybe you could get him, but you would need that roster spot to pick him up since he was on a bye week. But anyway, pick him up if you can. Let me hit you with the line here, man. Green Bay minus 2.5 at Tampa Bay. Who do you got?
Give me Green Bay. They're on fire right now, and I think Tampa Bay, they couldn't even beat the Bears. They couldn't even beat the Bears. Give me the Packers.
Poor Tom Brady thought he got five
give me the Packers.
downs. 5 downs to get 10 yards. Ouch. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing for old Tommy, right? But yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay. I mean, look, it wouldn't shock me. I like Tampa Bay quite a bit. But Green Bay they're just hot right now, and I'm excited to watch the game. I think it'll be a close game, but Green Bay coming off a bye week, possibly having Adams back, you got to like that.